Hey, welcome back everybody. It's me, Greg, with LeGrand Drain Cleaning Pressure Washing, Gainesville, Florida. And today I want to talk to you about your hose. That's right, your Gutter Pro Vac hose. For all my little gutter cleaning vacuum buddies, we'll get into it in just a minute. Hey Greg, thanks for sponsoring yourself. Don't forget, people, subscribe, hit that likes up button, leave a comment, share my videos, and if you buy anything, go to Amazon with my link, because anything you buy I get a small little percentage, and it costs you nothing but helps me bring you videos like this. So let's get on with it. What is in this kit and why did I get it? Well, if you noticed in my last videos, I've been doing several mods under the premise of I wanted to buy a very affordable gutter vacuum cleaner, and then I wanted to do, you know, a couple $100 of mods myself and see if I could keep it way under the real expensive Skyvac. So I bought the vac about a third of what I bought Skyvac. I decided I was going to put a couple hundred into it. By the time it's all said and done, I'll probably be still at half the price of the Skyvac and have 98% of the benefits. So this hose kit right here, this is not from Gutter Pro Vac. It's from a guy in the UK. I believe it's Vacuum Systems UK. I'll put a link down in the description. It's kind of expensive to get it over here, but I wanted to get something because in the meantime, Brian from Gutter Pro Vac is actually putting together his own system, and I don't make any money from Gutter Pro Vac. You know, I'm just showing you what I'm doing, but I do talk to them. They're a very responsive company. You know, he's taken different mods that I've made, and others have told him, and he's messing around with stuff, and he's going to be coming out with his own kit here, I'm pretty sure, soon, as well as the mod that I made for the nozzle holder. But let's get to what's in this kit. So if you go to the link and you want to buy them from the UK, first thing I can say is Julia is really nice, sends the stuff really quickly. It is kind of a pain to set an account up because since we're in the United States, you have to email them first, and then, you know, set up to make sure they know who you are and the address, and they can verify you before they'll ship it out. But once that's done and they actually ship the order, I mean, it only took a couple days to get here. So the first part of this kit is this hose. It's a real flexible hose. There's two different choice hoses. There's a little bit lighter one and a heavier one like this one. And when I mean heavier, just it's heavier constructed, not heavy like in weight. This hose is about 2 inches all the way across, just shy of it on the inside. So if you've seen my other videos, I'm worried about bottlenecks. That gives you like 23% more inside diameter than your standard hose right at this time. As a matter of fact, the standard hose that comes with your unit, you could actually stick it in here and still have a little room to play. The hose that you pick is also, you will have to tell her how many feet you want. I just went with 15 feet because I thought it would be real heavy. Had I known it would be this lightweight, I'd have gotten 25 or 30 feet, but my bad, whatever. When Brian from Gutter Pro Vac comes out with his whole kit, you know, I'll make sure that I get one with that. The next part of the kit is this Vortex sucker that Brian is also working on, which is great. But they don't have it yet, but he will soon. I know they're designing one. But this, you have to cut a hole in the side of your canister and replace the inlet, and then that's what this connection here will attach to. The third part of this is this fitting right here. This screws counterclockwise onto the hose, and then this part fits right over your aluminum pull, and then you can put a hose clamp, or you can just leave it loose so you can pull it off for clogs. And the last part of this is actually 3 parts. There's this little collar right here. You see these 4 little tabs right here? This little collar goes on the hose first, then inside there's a piece like this, but it's just plastic that screws on, and then this collar goes over that. So you put the little ring, then you screw on this one, then you put this outside, and once you snap this together, it makes it so this swivels, yet this part doesn't. move so it doesn't come unthreaded from the hose. Now, I wasn't strong enough, because I'm a pansy old man, to squeeze everything together while it was on the hose. So I actually took this part, the ring, put it on a table, you know, put the inside, then snapped the ring on. And then I held this like this, and I hold the inside of that screw-on part, and I kept turning the hose till it came all the way up and butted up. And that's how I can do it, and I can take that off the same way. I just hold that inside part right there on that lip. So that worked out pretty good. Now, if you look here, you see that little bit of, that's where the hose was cut. You know, it's like a rough cut. You'll see a little bit sticking out here and there. On this side, and I'm going to do that side, I took a razor blade knife like this, and I just very carefully trimmed that up. So now you see how all the white's there, and there's no flopping over. It used to look like, see that hair used to be like that all over. Now, you know, your vacuum suction's going that way, and then it's going to the tank this way. So not that would be a whole big hold up, but that was one of the bottlenecks before. So I'm going to take that off and trim it up like I did that one. It may or may not do much. Here you can see this is the piece I trimmed off from that hose. So once again, that's very easy to unscrew. Now look how clean it is. I guess I should have, that's the very end right there of the wire that goes around this hose. So I'll probably take this back off and push that way before I thread it back on, just so that doesn't stick out a little bit. But the rest of it, you can see how clean now that is. There's nothing to grab a twig or a stick. Now once again, when you unscrew this, you got to grip both pieces at the same time, that little lip, and you're unscrewing it clockwise, which is righty, which is normally righty-tighty, but you're doing it clockwise because it's a reverse thread. But now you can see that that's tucked away in there. It doesn't stick out like it used to. So there you go. You know, that's a much bigger hose. If you looked at the last mod, I've got now the top where that holds the nozzle has a nice sweep 2-inch, and it goes down through the aluminum pipes 2-inch, and it comes through this 2-inch. And then when I install this and do the video for that, this increases your suction power because it gets that cyclone action going, which you saw a little bit of that even with that makeshift gutter piece I put in my vacuum. You saw how it diverted it away from the filter, you know, so it keeps the filter cleaner. I don't have a vacuum gauge. I know they do at the UK gutter place in the link. And you can actually watch where they have the old inlet hooked up, and they put the gauge on it and see the suction power or the gallons per minute or CFMs, the cubic foot a minute is pulling, and then they put that one on and do the same thing, and it's a huge difference. Even though the motors are the same, everything's the same except for the inlet. So when I do that video, I'll show it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, like I said, Gutter Pro Vac here in the United States, they will be coming out with their own package on this. If you can't wait and you have to have one, give Julia a call over at the Vacuums United. I really got to figure out what their name is, but it will be in the link. And give her a call. She's really nice. Set it up. A little more expensive, you know, because it has to come from England. The shipping's what gets you. But it got here really fast. So I hope you liked the video. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, click that little bell for the notifications, and you know, once again, use that Amazon link or whatever. You know, all these links that I put to this and the other back, I don't make any money on that. That's not an affiliate link. What do we got going on over here in our next video? You know, professional people putting stuff upside down when they load it. You know, that's why they have those arrows down there. So what's in this, you may ask? From earlier videos, you may remember that it's a box in a box. That should give you a clue. But we'll get into that in the next video. See ya!